So today we're diving into the top 10 strategies in 2025 that are helping practices just like yours grow faster, smarter, and more profitably than ever. Make sure you watch till the very end because I'm going to share with you a bonus tip that can completely make or break your marketing, no matter what strategy you choose. Trust me, this is the one thing that makes all the difference. Number one is local SEO and content marketing. This is the foundation. You want your practice to show up when somebody searches for dentist near me on Google. That means optimizing your website with location-specific keywords, keeping your Google business profile up to date, and posting helpful content like blogs, service pages, FAQs, and videos. This strategy works incredibly well because it attracts people who are actively looking for a dentist. When somebody goes online and searches emergency dentist or teeth whitening near me, they're not casually browsing, they're ready to book, they want to buy dentistry. The advantages of SEO is that it can be super cost effective in the long term. It builds trust and it targets people who are actively looking for a dentist. Plus, once you rank well on Google, those leads are going to come in essentially for free. Now, the downside of SEO is that it takes time. You're not going to see a massive results or improvement overnight. It requires consistency and a lot of patience. If you're in a competitive area, it can take several months to move up in the rankings. Now, number two on the list is pay-per-click advertising, like Google Ads. If you want to skip the line and show up instantly at the top of the search results, this is how you do it. You're essentially renting visibility. What makes Google Ads so powerful is the intent behind the search. People who click on ads like dentist near me or same-day crowns are usually ready to take action. The advantages of pay-per-click advertising is that you can get immediate results. You can start getting calls the same day you start the campaign. It's also highly targeted. You can choose which keywords you show up for, what zip codes to target, and what time of day your ads run. You've got a lot of choice for who and where and what you target. The downside though is that it can get expensive, especially for competitive keywords. And you have to remember, once you stop spending money, the leads stop too. There's not really any sort of longevity. And also, if you're not managing the ads correctly, it's easy to waste a lot of money and get a bunch of unqualified clicks that don't turn into appointments. This strategy is ideal for practices that are looking for quick growth or they're targeting high-value services like cosmetic services, dental implants, Invisalign, or emergency dentistry. It's also great for startups trying to build that initial patient base. Number three on the list is organic social media. Think Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. This is where you build your brand and you connect with your community. You're posting content that's entertaining, educational, or just shows the human side of your practice. Think before and after photos, team birthday celebrations, tips for brushing your kids' teeth, or trending TikToks with your hygienist. The advantages of organic social media marketing is that it builds community, trust, and keeps you top of mind. It makes your practice feel approachable and relatable. The downside is that it's a slow grind. Not every post you make is going to perform well. You'll need to be consistent, and sometimes the ROI isn't easy to measure directly. This strategy is best for family practices, pediatric dentists, or any office with a strong personality. Now, number four is paid social ads. These are the sponsored posts that you see on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok now. Unlike organic posts, you're paying to get in front of a specific audience. You can target people by age, gender, income level, location, interest, even life events like recently having moved to the area or having kids. The advantages of paid social ads is that you have extremely precise targeting. It's great for promoting special offers like free consultations, new patient specials, or highlighting services like Invisalign. The downside is that it can be hard to track if you're not using the right tools. And there's creative fatigue. You have to keep your visuals and your messaging fresh or the algorithm will stop showing your ads. These platforms want constant, fresh content. So unlike Google Ads, where you can test a bunch of different messages or ads and then just stick with what works, you can't do that on social media platforms. They want fresh content constantly. Social media ads are great for practices that are targeting young families, cosmetic cases, or patients who've recently moved to that area. It's especially effective when paired with a compelling offer or some sort of special promotion. Number 5, we've got video marketing. This is huge in 2025. YouTube, Instagram Reels, TikTok, video content is king. And guess what? It's not just for kids anymore. Adults of all ages watch videos to learn, to connect, to make decisions. I mean, you're watching a video right now to learn something. You can create videos that answer common dental questions, show behind the scenes tour of your practice, introduce your team, or share patient testimonials and case studies. The advantages of video marketing is that it's super engaging. People feel like they know you before they even walk through the door. Video builds trust faster than text or photos ever could. A well-made video can live on your website, your YouTube channel, or your Google profile for many years. Now, the downside to video marketing is that it takes time and effort to produce quality videos. If you've got bad lighting, poor sound, awkward delivery, it can turn people off and give them a bad impression of you or your practice. At number 6, we've got online reviews and reputation management. Before someone books with you, they're reading your reviews. It's the modern version of word of mouth. You need a steady stream of recent 5-star reviews on Google, Facebook, and Yelp. And you need to respond to them, both good and bad, and do it professionally. Online reviews are great because it builds instant trust. It helps with SEO, and it's often the deciding factor for a patient from picking your practice versus picking your competitor down the street. The downside to online reviews is that it can be slow to build up if you don't have a system or a process for it. And one bad review can hurt you if you don't have enough positive ones to outweigh it. Now, this strategy is best for every single practice. Your reviews are public, and I assure you, your patients are paying attention to them. Number 7, we've got patient referral programs. This one's old school, but it does work. Create a system where happy patients refer their friends and get something in return. Maybe a gift card, they get account credit, maybe they get entered into a monthly draw. This strategy can produce very high quality leads because referred patients trust you more, they show up to the appointments, and they tend to be more loyal. The downside to referral marketing is that it won't work very well if you've got a small patient base or they're disengaged. Imagine you've just purchased a practice, those patients don't know you yet. And it doesn't scale like Google ads or paid social ads or SEO. This strategy is best for practices that already have many happy patients and they have strong retention. Number 8, we've got direct mail campaigns. That's right, actual postcards in a mailbox. It might feel outdated, and personally, I don't love this strategy, but I have to admit, it still works, especially for certain types of demographics. Direct mail is great at targeting households by zip code, income level, or even family status. If you pair it with a strong offer, something like a $99 new patient exam, you've got a winning combo. The advantages of direct mail is that it's tangible, it's targeted, and it can drive results if you do it right. There's a lot less competition in the mailbox today compared to someone's inbox. The downside though is that it's a very high cost per lead. You often need to mail, multiple flyer campaigns in order to see results, and that can get very expensive. This strategy works best for suburban or rural areas, especially if you're targeting older patients or families who, aren't glued to their phones all day long. Coming in at number 9, we've got community outreach and events. Sponsor a school sports team, show up to your town fair, host a free dental day. Getting involved in your local community can pay off big time. People remember the dentist who showed up and gave back. It builds goodwill, and it makes you the go-to practice of that area. Community outreach and events, build trust, they build loyalty, and they create a strong brand recognition in that area. It sets you apart as more than just another dental office. The downside though is that it can take, quite a bit of time to show any results, but long-term it can make a really huge impact. This strategy is best for practices in small, tight-knit communities, especially suburban or rural areas where people talk and they remember, who's active locally. And finally, at number 10, we've got email marketing and patient retention programs. This is about keeping the patients you already have active and engaged. You can send monthly newsletters, recall reminders, birthday greetings, and special promotions. It's not sexy, but it does work. The advantage to email marketing and patient retention programs is that it's extremely low cost and it's very easy to automate, and it keeps your name in front of those patients. It's great for reducing no-shows and can really fill the schedule. The downsides of email marketing is that open rates on email can be low and messages can often get lost in spam or cluttered inboxes. So your patient email list has to be clean and has to be up to date. The strategy works best for established practices with a decent patient base. If you pair email with text message reminders, you've got a pretty powerful combo that can really fill up your schedule. Okay, so for those that have stuck around so far, here's the bonus tip. This is the one thing that can make or break your marketing, no matter what strategies you use. You ready for it? It's your front desk. You could spend $10,000 a month on ads and mailers and SEO, but if your team doesn't answer the phone properly or fails to convert those leads into booked appointment, all that money you spent on marketing just went down the drain. At RevUp Dental, we've worked with hundreds of practices, and the best ones, they train their front desk team like salespeople. They track calls, they coach, they role play, and guess what? They close way more leads without spending more money on marketing. And to make that possible, over the last 3 years, we've built a proprietary call tracking system called Scorecard. It basically analyzes tens of thousands of new patient calls every single month and gives practices insights that they've never had before. The scorecard determines who's calling, what are they calling about? Are they a new patient or an existing patient? Which team member spoke with that patient? How polite, professional, or helpful was that team member? Did they book the appointment? And if not, what went wrong? And more importantly, what can we do better next time? It's kind of like having a 24/7 quality control system for your phones. So what we do is we take all this data and we analyze what's being said across hundreds of practices every single day, and we identify the exact responses to common patient questions that lead to the highest booking rate. And then we teach those strategies to your front desk team. And we use Scorecard to monitor whether those strategies are actually being used and if they're being used effectively. And when practices follow the system, the results are incredible. Just check out this case study. We worked with a practice that was averaging around 7 new patients per month when we first started with them. And after implementing Scorecard and training their front desk team for how to use our system, they grew to over 90 new patients per month consistently in under 2 years. So no matter what strategy you end up using, SEO, ads, social media, referrals, if your front desk team is equipped with the right tools and training to perform at their best, you're gonna see a drastic increase in new patients. If you want help with this or anything you saw in this video, head on over to revupdental.com and book a free call with our team today. Let's talk about how we can help your practice grow. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick from RevUp Dental, and I'll see you in the next one.